type of ecosystem would you think would happen?
Well, things would get much worse. They can't even deal with the basis of the choke. This place would eat most of them alive. And they would certainly, once they figured that out, just loot what they could get their hands on. All of
They
the
would scour the
materials at the
shallows
beginning.
clean.
Force everybody to go deeper, fight over things. Things would become more vicious.
Well,
I've not been thoroughly impressed by some of the denizens of the labyrinth.
they're not the brightest bunch. Fluidium is toxic. And actually,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just toxic to the soul, but to the body, and actually infects the mind the most.
Use this
Fluidium
stuff.
is straight power. It's the actualization of ambition. It's the actualization of talent and power and progress. Success, even. If you consume too much of it, it dulls your senses. And common sense takes on a different form.
You get fat from success. And it makes you stupid.
Normally it wouldn't, but it's a closed system environment. Those at the top have nothing to worry about. And so, thus, if there's no competition, there's no common sense is distorted. And they become used to a new way of things, and common sense doesn't go away. It never does. Not for individuals of power of this magnitude, but it does. It comes from a different perspective, different viewpoint. So, down here, it's dangers are temperament. This place is survival of the fittest. Makes a different breed of people.
That makes sense.
Have you been to the other lock sectors?
I've been to one, I think. No, Kuroko has been to one as well.
You were at the 11th floor? Because this would be the other lost sector.
Yeah, you've been to one. I've been to one with you, and then this is the third one that we've been to. Unless you've been to another one and didn't tell me.
There's only 3, Alex.
That
Reason
seems
I
a very
noticed,
arbitrary number.
it's because of the mask of the whatever the fuck it's called. The what's it called? Why is it escaping me right now? Anyway, yeah, there's
Mask of the Escapist.
No, not that one. Yes, I see what you're saying now. Mausoleum. Yep. Matt told me there was 3 for the lost sectors in that confirmation there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the.
But we have had information to be expanded upon before. Information we thought to be true was actually just a more limited understanding of a greater whole.
So yeah, what other lost sector were you thinking that we went to?
Well, there was the one with the broken doll.
Oh, that was like a space in between spaces. Okay.
Isn't that what a lost sector is?
To me, lost sectors are very integral parts of the overall system. I don't
How do we
think
know that wasn't?
it didn't feel like it. That's all.
Eh, no, that's fair. So you've been to one, and this is the second one.
Yeah,
So where would the third one be?
floor 11.
Okay.
Yeah, you have the floor above, the floor below, and the depth.
Fair enough.
No, it's technically the floor between.
Let's see, that title makes sense in conjunction with the others. All right. Yeah. All right. So is there any way to fix this or prevent this reclamation that she's talking about?
I'm not sure, Alex.
Hmm.
I'm concerned.
Your things. Suggest you dive soon.
Damn. Damn, where am I going to put this shit now? I'll go to my icebox and put it in my fuck. Open it up and take it with me, I guess. And I will go to my answering machine and take that away. Reclaim it.
Okay.
Because if this place is going to be lost anyway, well, yeah, no point in losing the slot.
It's very fatalistic of you.
Fatalistic.
DML Hazard wants to capture some of these fireflies in a system that won't cause them to explode.
Alright. How you gonna manage that?
Well, I'm not entirely sure what causes them to explode in the first place. While I was inspecting it and having one land on my finger, did I get any sort of like vibe from that? Like, did I get to inspect it while it was
Chemical
while it was
reaction.
happening? Okay, what caused the chemical reaction?
Can be a number of things. They feel threatened, or they activate the chemical themselves.
Okay. Um, like, do I know what caused the impetus for it to blow up on my finger? Hmm?
It attacked you.
Oh, I see.
They're kind of like bees in that way. They got a
Right.
one-time use thing and then they die. But they'll do it. They'll mess you up.
Fair enough.
Or try to.
And I'll be like, Shaman, may I avail myself of some of your fireflies?
Your hand's not growing back. I don't know how you're gonna be able to do that.
Oof.
I'm confused, DM. Why isn't my hand growing back?
It's not fast. It's actually extremely slow.
Right.
This has a massive series of corruptive debuffs on it. These guys
I
are
see.
partially infused with the water toxins.
Mm-hmm.
The moment your suit was blown away, your internal skin was exposed to, death.
Oh, fair enough. Well, was it exposed to death or was it exposed to, like, the effects of the water?
The effects of the water, basically.
Okay.
But since it's only a partial exposure, it's not a full toxin, your legendary regeneration is like, give me a moment, motherfucker.
I'm working on it.
Working on it.
Okay.
That's what's going on.
If I sever the arm below the point of infection, would that allow it to regenerate faster?
No. This is also a good fixture point for your body to kind of work through the toxin too.
We also
Kinda
need to think about your suit. What we're gonna do with that, like photo repairing.
Yeah, you lost a whole hand cover for the suit.
Well, the suit is like grafted to my essence, right?
Yeah, it
Should
blew out
it
that
have
part.
advantage of my regeneration?
Yeah, actually, it is a wetsuit. It's not actually a physical plate.
Yep.
So, since there literally is no armor, yeah, you could feasibly regenerate it.
Nice.
Guess one of the mysterious blessings of having no armor.
Woo! Stick your hand in the pain box.
There's a couple really funny people who are
What's
playing
in
the
box? Pain.
sorceress of the Jesuits, and she'd sit with the little cowl and the black dress and the funny
Mhm.
hat and sit there, and then she'd put a pain box
Oh shit.
and have little trick or treaters come in and be like, "Stick your hand in the box for candy."
Come on, you want to know what's in the box?
I remember
No,
that.
I really don't.
I saw that online. It was funny.
Right. Shit was funny.
Yeah, my father heard the conversation, and he tried he walked up to me with a box and tried doing the SNL skit. I'm like, yeah, that
Nope.
doesn't work.
Yeah, no, if he's like, what's in the box? You go, pain. Because Bene Gesserits are like physically incapable of providing a straight fucking answer.
Yeah.
But enough about Dune. We're playing a literally antithetical game to Dune. Because right now we're dealing with water.
Oh.
Ish. Yeah, there's like stuff. I can see that. Like, how the sand has the the dust inside, and we're dealing with just chemicals of death.
I was gonna say, it's like, really, because this is a bunch of really confusing shit.
Dune wasn't confusing. What was confusing about it?
I was being sarcastic. Look at way people are confused by Dune. It's a pretty simple concept. Well,
Pretty straightforward.
Simple, but understandable.
No, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. I mean, there is nuance, but it's easily understood nuance.
So, essentially, I'm gonna let my hand regrow some. And essentially, I want to build something kind of like the The Occam glass? That's just like a little self-contained habitat?
Alright.
Because I have a weird thought that these guys would make a really good light further down we go.
The light is not very bright, but maybe.
So presumably at the center there is some form of like queen or like a hive of some kind.
Something. There's just too many of them, and the light's kind of distorting.
Fair.
Anyway, I daily reminder my brother's a fucking pussy. We got drunk and tried to watch the 1980s Dune movie, and he just couldn't get through it.
Weak.
Weak. We fucking point and judge at you, all of us, because you couldn't make it for the good Dune movie.
We watched the whole Dune movie.
No, you live like halfway fucking through.
No, we finished the Dune movie.
Oh, you're right. I had to fucking get back at it. So you had to stop watching Dune, then we eventually finished it. Did we?
You know what?
This is not going to be funny to you, but this is hilarious.
Hazard has
I'm absolutely thinking about Tank.
a collection of things.
Motherfucker! Did you
Maybe-
just compare Dune to Tank Girl?
How could you not?
Maybe mute yourself to have that fight, bruh.
On it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use my mercurial form and my sort of like stealth abilities, my stalker ability. And I'm going to sort of like sift into the hive here.
What's the plan with that?
Well, essentially, I want to know what's at the center of the hive, and if it is something that they're like bonded to or have some sort of symbiosis with, I want to take a piece of that and put it in the habitat to lure some of them in there, so they don't just try and detonate the habitat. But with those two abilities, I should be effectively undetectable between them and my Gasho de Kuro invisibility.
And for me, I'm just gonna ask the shaman if there's anything I can do to help for her sanctuary here, or is this a
It should be okay.
okay?
And if it isn't, well, stories move on, I suppose.
I still don't want your store to stop. It's just
Well,
getting good for me.
I don't think it'll be a stopping of my story, more of a transition.
Okay.
And even if it is, it's sometimes that's what happens.
It's just me being selfish.
It's okay to be.
Okay. I'm done work stuff now. So, Alex, you're going to try and figure out what's inside.
Yep.
Dodging all these fireflies.
Essentially, he'll like contort himself and shift himself. But the idea is that like he blends in perfectly with the area around him. His mercurial form allows him to shift himself a little bit to better conform to his surroundings. And then I have my Gashadakuro invisibility, which makes me completely imperceptible for a round at a time.
I wonder if that thing in the middle is like feeding off of the toxins, and that's kind of like their watering hole in a sense of how they're getting substance.
Maybe. Well, we know that the toxin further that we know that the water of this place is like, well, it's in the air. It's water vapor. So I mean, like even here, we're not unexposed to it. It's just in such minute amounts that our body is capable of withstanding it.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna activate those stealth functions of being this guy with the stealth suit, DM.
All right. You edge closer.
Yep. All funkified, super stealthy like.
There's Queen, and they're around this kind of oozing totem, which the Queen kind of suckles from.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, is there only one queen? Does it look like any of them might be budding off soon?
No,
Or
just
like
one.
another queen might be hatching soon?
Nope, just one.
Okay. Huh. Well, essentially, like, the question here is like, I'd have to talk to the shaman and essentially be like, look, I can take one or all of them. So it wouldn't be can I help myself to some of your fireflies? It would be a case of like taking the fireflies.
Well, the shaman needs to take care of this place anyway. I think it would be a good service if you could get them for her. But if you want to do it for yourself, I can see that too.
Particularly know the
601,
purpose of them. I know that they're important. I remember a long time ago when I originally set this place up.
Could they have been designed to initially hold back the choke and the growth thereof?
Maybe. Just don't. They just don't seem very permanent, or more. Even as a temporary solution, that doesn't seem very efficient.
Ooh. Some particular threat then?
Yeah, maybe some particular threat. I mean, if you want them, I don't particularly remember a reason why I should stop you.
Hmm. All right. I'm a little reticent since you can't remember what they were for. How about I hold on to them briefly and then return them to you later?
I might defeat the purpose.
How so?
Well, most of the time, when an act is done, it's done. Undoing it may not return it to its original state. The story must progress. If you're going to take it, you're going to take it. Returning it later, I mean, if something happens, it's not going to unhappen.
Yeah.
Maybe it is a good idea. Or maybe they have an important function.
I don't know.
Maybe it all doesn't matter. Either which way, if you take them, you don't take them, things will either change or don't. Story will continue.
Fair. Then, if you do not mind, I will do so. And we will see how things go forward.
Sure. Things don't always have to stay the same. We'd prefer them
Exactly
to,
so.
because we're comfortable with it. Or maybe that's what this personality is telling me. Maybe I'll yell and scream at you and call you an unfathomable idiot and tell you to get the fuck out. With a different me, that is also me. Who knows? Maybe they'll remember more about them.
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right. All right. Then Alhazard is going to do it. He'll slip inside. He'll take the totem and the queen and a bunch of the
Big rock.
fireflies. Yep. It's a big rock.
How big's the containment?
So I was thinking of using something, excuse me, something roughly the size of the float globe.
So a beach ball? Or
Yeah,
basketball?
presumably.
Yeah.
I guess the question would be, would that be big enough?
No, the rock is huge.
Oh, okay.
Rock's as big as your torso.
I did get 100 degrees of success on this one. Can we assume it's got some spatial folding on the inside?
Sure.
Bigger on the inside kind of thing?
Sure. I mean, are you taking a chunk of the land?
Honestly, I would probably just take the stump.
Okay. Alright. Bloop. Bloop.
And I don't want it to be, like, jarring, if at all possible.
Bloop. Yeah, as you take that though, there's this violent, like, neon green ooze that starts to trickle up where the rock used to sit
Huh.
and starts to slowly spread.
Huh. So, okay. Can I get a feel for what exactly this is?
You're not sure. You haven't seen any, heard anything like that.
Let's. Oh. What sort of. Does this jog the shaman's memory at all?
Yeah, because she's different personality.
Oh, I see.
And it's just like, oh, damn it. You. All right, get your
What
things and
exactly is
dive.
that?
I gotta move some shit.
Hmm.
Why
I can always.
Why do people gotta touch things? Curiosity.
I can put it back if you want.
It's too late. That was a cap on a pressure valve. And
I
there's
see.
no putting that back on.
Hmm.
So get your things, get in the water. Like now, I gotta move some shit. Ah, jeez. What am I supposed to do? Fucking can't help themselves. They gotta touch it. It's like,
Pressure valve
might
to
as well
what?
put your dick in everything. Fuck me.
He's like, pressure valve to what?
Yeah, you don't get the right to know stuff right now. You get to be in the I had to touch it and ruin a perfectly good thing. So get your stuff, get in the water. I'll see what I can salvage.
Hmm. All right.
Worse than that other idiot who wanted to show off moves in the middle of the fucking forest. Jesus. What's the problem
That's
with you?
hurtful.
Well, you did a big dumb.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of those types that's like, I can touch it. If I can't figure it out, I gotta do it. You're one of those guys that literally, if they see something shiny, they gotta touch it. They gotta like lick it, and then they gotta pick it up and go, I'm gonna add this to my collection because it's shiny.
My mentor does do a lot of licking things.
Yeah. No. You've lost your I get to touch thing privileges.
Oh
Get
no.
out.
All right.
Jeez. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. Just gotta move some boards and somehow put the cap back on that. No, there's no cap. Fuck.
Well, we brooked it, Vegeta. All right. Okay. You were right. Everything here has a purpose.
Yeah, duh. Fucking idiots.
Idiots.
Literally was like, I don't know what it does. I think it might have been important at some point. I was like, all right, cool. Let's figure out what it does. That mentality, and I'm not telling the shaman this, but I'm thinking it. That mentality is why the Imperium of Man doesn't know how their starships work.
Probably.
Well, I'm gonna follow my compass.
All right. Let's go look for treasure.
Where are you looking for?
Oh, you don't know what my heart's desire is, Matt?
Oh, fucking tell me.
Oh, okay. I'm looking for the other shard right now.
To the puzzle?
Hmm.
Well, it points that away.
I will go that away. Searching for treasure.
Alright. Searching for treasure.
I can't believe you broke all our shit.
I didn't break all her shit. I did one thing.
Which caused a ripple effect for everything.
You know what? Everything causes ripple. Don't feed me that ripple effect bullshit. All consequences come from actions performed. I
True.
did a thing happened.
And then you did another thing.
This is called this is literally the scientific method. We fucked around and then we found out. And now I'm in trouble because a completely different person who knew what that was is coming along going, oh, that's, you should have known, despite having no way to know. Having literally no method of
No,
acquiring
she's
this
only mad at you.
knowledge.
She's not mad at you that you didn't know it was. She's mad at you because you couldn't leave it alone. You had to touch it.
I didn't have to touch it.
You do.
I
No,
was
you
just
had to
gonna
touch it.
I was
You
just
have
gonna take stuff off.
Have to touch it. If you are curious about it, and you can get away with touching it, you're touching it. That is your
Yeah.
character to a T.
Yep. He does like to touch
kill
it.
you immediately. You're just gonna come back at another time
Pretty much.
and touch it. That's always been your character. Lose my hand to science? I'll get another one.
I'll get another one. They grow back because I've done science.
Did yours grow back in time for us to go in the water?
Presumably.
So kind of jumped the timeline.
Yeah, right? Well, I waited long enough for it to grow back to the point where I could, use it to make stuff.
Sure.
It's enough
Plus
to
this-
advance the scene.
Yeah.
Do you want some search rolls while we're down here, Matt?
Yeah, if you like.
Seems like a doable thing.
How many you want?
One, I'm guessing. Yes, maybe. I'll be right back, actually. I'll let you do yours. 15, beautiful. Oh, I rolled myself.
Alright.
Nope, that's pretty much my character now that I'm thinking about it. He is a scientist.
Yeah. Hazard, you're gonna get one salvage.
Yay!
Beginning, you find a wire spool, small, with no clip, just has a loop at the end of the wire. but
Okay.
nothing clipped onto. It's actually a spool, since it has no dowel, that the axle to go through it. No housing. It's just a
Right.
loose cable.
Just wire.
Yeah. Not
Okay.
the best find, but it's a full small reel. Very
Mhm.
popular.
Yeah, everybody loves fucking wire.
Oh, yeah. It was funny. I was gonna wait until I got back, but when I put my headset down, it rolled for me. What did I miss?
You got a wire spool.
A wire spool.
There's a small spool of wire. There's no there's nothing to it. It's literally just a bundle of wire.
Cool.
Yep, there's no clip. It's just a loop at the end, and there's no housing with the the center dowel or axle that goes through the spool. It's just a loose.
But with time and resources, we can make it into a wire reel
Yeah, it's
or
like
some other device.
withstanding this wire. I imagine it's pretty good wire. Make probably some interesting circuitry out of it.
Hmm. Toots.
Awesome.
Anyway, that's all I found.
Found a wire spool. Did I find it? What do you mean?
I found a wire spool. I don't know what you found.
No, beginning found the wire spool. Alhazard, you found a thing of salvage.
Oh,
I thought that's what happened.
okay. I did not catch that at all, boys.
There's not much to be found in the caretaker area after you guys first looted it.
Figured as much. We had our
Territory's too small.
good rolls.
Too little
Out of the way.
traffic because, well, people tend to die. They're not caretakers.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna go find that little the grotto.
Yeah.
I will go find the grotto with all of the
Snacks.
snacks in it. Yeah. And I'm going to show them a little bit of my venom, because my venom has been cultivated into a more potent kind of venom,
Okay.
and essentially, I want to try and help them do the same. I'm gonna make the
Trying
Viper
to make
orchids
murder
more
snakes
deadly.
even snakier.
Yeah, even murderier. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's not hard. You're a caretaker. You can be like, I'm just gonna give you gifts.
It's like, here, like this. This venom go real good inside the people.
They all kind of wave back and forth, just swish, 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 swish. And then they all dive back into their little homes and peek at you through the darkness.
Mwahaha.
Beginning, your compass points that away.
We go that way.
Mm-hmm. If you wanted to hit the flowways, you're right here.
You gonna go with the flow, husband?
Certainly.
Let's go with the flow.
It is not in the direction of your compass, though.
Oh, well, why you gotta tell us that, man?
No, it's the difference between going to the shelf and just going to following the compass.
We're on a quest. QUEST.
And is that quest to gather all the 5 pieces of the mystical MacGuffin?
There's only 4. Don't put another one in my hands. I'm having a hard time finding the last one.
Well, come on. When's the last time you ever heard of a quest that said find 4 of anything? It's always 3 or 5 or more.
I thought it was only gonna be 3.
Aha! But there were 5.
Damn.
Or 4, depending on how the DM rolls.
It's pointing you in the direction of Leviathan territory. They're not the nicest people.
We'll fuck them up.
That's okay. A little bit snacky.
Yeah.
Roll snack.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, DM. I want to take this little sunken treasure and make a snake armor for the snake that was willing to come with me on an adventure.
Okay.
So
Is that a
Please go
suit
ahead.
upgrade?
I don't know, because it was you literally said I needed to make a little suit for it because it couldn't go into the depths.
It can't.
Yeah. So you said I had to make a little suit for it. So I have to make its own little suit.
I'm asking, is this a external upgrade or is this a suit upgrade?
I guess this would be a suit upgrade.
It'll use up one of your precious ones.
That's fair.
All right. Is that a yes? Is that a no?
I'm gonna go with a yes.
All right.
Uh,
All right. You have a viper orchid, and you have given it diving capabilities.
I'm gonna go with a reroll on that one. That's real bad. That's real bad.
97 again.
Yeah.
But then I can double it. It's going to be gorgeous. Ooh, 15. Very nice.
What are you using for rerolls?
I'm using my defense from my warrior aspect.
Okay. All right. Some rolls. There's a lot of stuff in Leviathan territory. There's a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah? How much stuff?
Yeah.
So much stuff.
So much?
Well, it's
So much stuff.
a lot of it is you got partially entrapped suit upgrades, salvage. There's a couple things that have already been netted and then tethered to a wall, to the wall to be picked up later. Like a lot of stuff here.
I'm on a quest. only got one thing on my heart. Alhaja might be a little interested in that, but
I mean, I feel like these are probably trapped to shit.
oh, yeah.
The question is, am I capable of getting around the trap?
That is a personal question. It's true. Can you resist the temptation to touch things?
I mean, I think we both know the answer to that question.
Oof.
Okay. You guys just swim on through. Takes a while. There's a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's the tunnel's narrow, and
Mhm.
you have to swim by all the stuff. But
A
eventually,
lot
you
of
kind of
stuff.
get to a larger opened area that actually you can surface at, and you have found your way into the heart of Leviathan clan territory.
Oh, neat.
In which you are immediately surrounded, predictably, almost like in one of those movies where you walk into the big open room and you're like, "Whoa, this place
We
is
got
pretty
Unga
cool."
Bunga, boys.
And then you get Unga Bunga as you get surrounded, weapons leveled. Somebody with a slightly fancier suit floats forward. You look a little lost. Too late now.
Is that a thing? Are we lost?
I don't think so. I thought we were on the right track.
Me too.
Yeah. Caretakers always sticking their nose where they don't belong.
I would argue we belong anywhere. No, that's basically it. We belong anywhere.
Yet we cannot venture into your territory for fear of your little guard beasts.
Have you tried asking nicely and giving them pets and treats?
They are hostile to anyone but your kind.
Alhazard,
Yes?
the crowbar.
You
Do we
think
need
this is
some
a crowbar kind of
leverage
situation?
in this situation?
DM, I'm gonna mark off a use of the crowbar and just brandish it and just thump it into my other hand. I don't know.
Preston just stares at you like, are you seriously trying to leverage the situation with nothing to leverage it off of? You do understand the concept of leverage. You need something to utilize the leverage off of for you to have any purchase. Although I do, it is slightly clever, just poor execution.
Well, it's a start.
You have the lever, but no edge.
No, I have an edge.
You don't have lever edge, you only have lever.
Right. This is the lever, and I show them the angler's knife, and this is the edge.
Oh, you might not know, but we're the ones that killed the anglerfish.
That's
The
great.
angler. Yeah.
Right.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I don't
you don't
expect
get
you
to
know.
say you killed an angler. Only those of the basin or deeper can kill one of those. Because that's where they live.
No, not an anglerfish. The angler.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just my doing. I'm
We
a
get
little,
that. But you're
I'm a little
still very,
stupid.
very lost.
No, again, I don't think we're lost.
I have a compass.
So-
I know where I'm going.
Exactly. So she's looking for something, and I'm tagging along because buddy system. So
That's the first wise thing I've heard you say while you're here.
wonderful. See, we've made progress. So we're looking for something, and our path has led us here. Now we have refrained from looting any of the things, and have not attacked anyone. So I don't believe it is unreasonable for us to go on our way.
Hmm,
So there's no problem.
very well. You may turn around and go back once you came.
Darn.
That is very fair.
Kuroko Alhazard's following your lead on this one because this is your treasure. I would just like to state for the record, we can take them.
Oh, I'm sure we can. Combat it's not always the best way forward in a story. Sometimes you got to hit a roadblock to really understand what you're going against.
Right. Generally speaking, in this case, in the story, it would involve us being taken back to a leader figure, and they would be saucy at us, and there'd be some back and forth, and maybe we'd have to give them something or promise them something, and then they would help us out. And then we'd be best buds against whatever external threat comes into their nature, or into their area, presumably to kill us. But it does not seem like that's a thing.
Mm-hmm. The issue I have is that they weren't hostile at the beginning. Well, in a sense that they weren't immediately attack us. If they would have done that, I would have no quarrel with it because They are the bad guys, tagging all poor, helpless caretakers. But that's not who we are. We're not helpless.
I get that shit out of here.
I'm sorry, I think I missed something. Say that again?
We should come back another time, Lazar.
Okay. In that case, want to head down into the flowways?
Sure.
All right.
Try not to get lost.
Your grace and mercy will be remembered as long as we live.
Good. Yeah, you just literally turn around. It's a one-way tunnel.
Yep.
So,
Your compass is stubbornly pointing in the way that you just turned back from. It's
Mhm.
like, it's that way. I'm telling you, it's over there.
No, we believe you, Compass. You're a very good compass.
just attach it to my tree harness. It's like, there they are. We'll get you eventually. You know, we never did get that treasure that was with all the barnacles and shit. Not barnacles. Green spikes.
Urchins.
Urchins.
Urchins. No. You want to go into the flowway and try and grab it?
I mean, it was a good find. I don't know if we'll ever get it again, but
Well, the Tide Caller Shaman did say we would be welcome in their territory, which is the flowways and past.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean the critters are gonna welcome you.
Yeah. True. True. Very true.
No, but I mean, like, we'll just talk with the critters there and see how that goes.
For sure.
We'll start with that. I've got kind of an animal whisperer thing going on right now with Alhazard. And he's like, what? I can just talk to creatures? They don't have to fight? That's kind of cool.
Alright, that's the plan.
Going to the flowways. We're going back to the Urchin's Grotto.
Okay. The
I'm back.
Sup?
What up?
Just in the middle of some.
Whoa.
so you guys make your back to the tunnel that leads to the flowways. Very dangerous.
As expected.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost Kuzma. Anyway, we go forward.
Or downwards.
Yep.
Well, you're already drifting. If you don't stop yourselves, you're about to be sucked into the tunnels.
Let's go.
Oh,
All right. So, none of you guys have powered directional systems?
I have a wire reel.
Yes. So to control yourself in the flowway, you guys are going to have to make a couple of rolls every
Yeah.
so often.
Mhm.
So first, we're going to give you a navigate surface.
Oh, no. I'm
Actually,
letting
no,
Hazard.
no. It's actually going to be a pilot. Sorry. No, it is a operate surface.
Cool.
Because it's a one-way tunnel for now. You don't really have to navigate much. You just have to contort
Wow.
your way to not getting slammed into the walls, which is not good.
I must spend fate point on this DM.
To help mitigate the unfortunate pilot bits, you do have athletics to try and swim in the right direction.
I'm much better at
Although
that.
this is a lot less effective plotting your course beforehand.
Follow me. Everything
Okay.
will be all right. I'll be the one to guide you in this night.
Mm.
You won't find nobody else like me. It's true.
Huh. The world is unaware of our plight, and damn do those urchins bite.
Beginning,
And you're the only person I
you're
have
doing
when we're
pretty well.
washed
I'm
out
gonna
to
have
sea.
you roll athletics as well.
Cool.
Hazard, you need to roll. That's a mean athletics. That's a lot better.
I'm really good at that.
That will not save you from the peril of this place, because the moment you need to make a turn, you barely swim your way out of trouble, but you eventually you're still thrown right back into trouble. It's kind of a loss of control thing. You're playing catch up, and you have no way to recover, so to speak. You're kind of in a uncontrolled spiral.
Okay.
So
Can I can't use my wire reel to help with that?
your wire reel is if you literally go from wall to wall.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you splunk the sides. In this case, you're being pulled along by the currents because none of you told me exactly, other than we enter the water, the flowways. The flowways is you're getting sucked and thrown through the tunnels very quickly. Not too quickly at the moment. You guys are only going about 30 knots.
That's actually really fast.
Yes, it gets faster.
Nice.
Okay. I would like to use the angler's hooks to stabilize myself in order to sort of orient myself in a way that I can.
That was specifically, I told you how it works.
Oh yeah, because I took the other one. Took the power instead of the tool.
You took the power, not the tool. If you took the tool,
Gotcha.
this would have been a thing. Yes, you could have been, I hooked myself to a wall. You took the power. Now you understand why the tool was powerful.
Yes. Okay.
Not that the power wasn't powerful, but if you want to give me your trophy, I'll let you swap your decision.
Which one?
The unknown trophy, the one obscured.
Oof.
Nah. It's fine.
That's right.
You said my athletics is good enough to keep me out of trouble, but it's essentially I'm having to keep working at it.
Yeah, basically.
I'm just constantly having to fight the current.
For now,
I am
you'll get
very
to
strong.
make another pilot test in
Okay.
a few moments. It's not only.
Okay.
Okay. But you guys are in the flowways. And if you fail bad enough and do hit the walls, I will make a roll to see what you hit. If you end up hitting just the vines of the wall itself, it won't rip you to pieces. It'll just stun you a little bit, and you also have a moment to grab on. If I roll barnacles,
Oof.
urchins, anemones, or other, that's gonna get you into trouble.
You ever
If you
notice
collide
how
with one of
sharp
those,
are underwater?
your armor is gonna get messed up, or you
Yep.
die.
Or I die.
But you have successfully steered your way through the first turn. Let's roll again.
All right. Can I just forfeit my operate roll to essentially just follow Kuroko?
It requires an operate to follow Kuroko,
God damn it.
especially when you're playing recovery.
Boosh. Holy shit, I made it.
All right. Athletics to both of you, yeah. Not as
Skadoosh.
important, but
Oh yeah,
you don't have to eat it. You can,
yeah, of course I do.
Okay. You guys
There's
are
a double six there
rather.
too. You see those 2 6s?
Yeah.
Tasty.
Okay. So you guys are actually moving very quickly, and you guys actually have recovered. You'll notice that the walls are becoming less and less open. More and more of the walls are crowded with growth. Seeing enemies constantly fighting space against the urchins. They're starting to see some other plant life, so it's starting to reach up. It looks like thorns poking out from some of the vines.
No, that makes sense. Things are getting sort of like intrinsically more hostile. The city of dreams.
You guys have reached your first divide. Tunnel goes two ways. Left or right?
Do we remember which direction the grotto was in from here?
You guys passed it. It was
Damn.
right at the beginning of the flowways.
Mm-hmm.
For the treasure? You guys wire spooled your way down instead of just jumping in.
Fair.
And you failed your first operate test, so there was no way you could steer yourself to it anyway, so.
No. Okay.
What's my gut telling me? Go right.
Well, I think Zeta said left. Dang it,
Rock,
I'd have
paper,
probably been
scissors?
wrong. Right? No,
You do
go
rock,
ahead.
paper,
We'll go
scissors?
right.
Okay. Okay.
We'll go right.
Nice.
We're in our right minds, right?
That's maybe we should go left then.
There you go.
All right, let's go left.
All right. We do that.
Alright, right it is. Now here's the
You
fun
ready?
part.
What?
Operate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Damn.
Oof.
Alhazred, you're going right.
Can
Beginning.
I grab
You're
Kuroko?
going. Let's find out.
The right. Left is 1, right is 2. Oh.
Okay.
There you go.
It sucked to go left, and then it pushes you back right.
Swim, baby, swim.
Athletics, please.
Swim, baby, swim.
What the fuck is that noise?
I don't know. What noise?
Excited pit bull, like bulldog noises.
I think we're on the right track.
To what?
63, Matt.
Well, what are you on the right track to, though?
I don't fucking know.
I think this is him waving the DM give us something good flag.
No.
Oof.
You want to eat these and make us reroll?
Yeah, I do.
All right, go for it.
Nice. We rolling again after you do.
Nice.
Well, you're back on the right track.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
see yourself out.
Yeah, I know. It's just too easy.
Right.
All right. And you're flowing along. And it doesn't really stop. You're not sure which way is out.
And that's why I activate my light. To give us a scene to see where we're going.
It's a faded, muted kind of sight. It's not black. Oh, yeah. All right, you make it through another turn, and another branch in the path appears. When will it end? When will the GM release you from this torment?
Nope. Because I'm going to fail this operate check.
Well, if you say that,
Hey!
how about am I touching you? Is the question. Let's see if I'm going to pass my operate test. Failure. So I can't touch you for the reroll on that one either. Uh-oh. We have died. GG, well played.
You guys get sucked down different paths.
Yep.
Can I use my will to kind of push myself through the current and make my way back to Alhazred?
Oh, you are not going back up this way. We're at 40 knots right now.
Okay.
I could maybe push against that. It would not be easy, but I could probably do it.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'll roll 4 doubles in a row, and then I can make my way back. 5's pretty good, though.
You know what? DM,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look for a micro pocket or something similar, somewhere safe.
Okay.
And I would like to use my guide skill.
There is none anywhere near where you guys are right now.
Okay.
Ben.
Then we have no choice but to just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
All right. So you guys go separate paths, and it goes on and on and on and on like this. Left, right, turn after turn. Goes on for hours.
Can I use my compass to find Alhazard? Because that's kind of who I need right now.
The whole thing spins in place.
Fuck. Put it back in my tool belt. Or my tool harness.
All right. So I'm gonna need it. So this is going to be the dangerous section.
Makes sense.
You guys are
fun.
at around 70 knots with a hard turn coming up. You need to not hit the walls, because most
Makes
of the
sense.
walls are going to hurt you pretty bad.
I mean, anything hurts you when you're traveling 80 miles an hour.
Well, you guys would easily survive it if it weren't for the things adorning the walls,
Mhm.
honestly.
Yeah.
So, we're going to have you roll your pilot.
Oh, of course.
Piloting is going to do the heavy lifting here.
It's unfortunate.
Athletics will help correct as best it can.
Well,
Um,
who went left and who went right?
Left was Alhazard, right was beginning.
All right, so left goes first. Then I will say that for you, Alhazard.
Okay. DM, I would like to use my guide skill instead of operate surface.
This is a swimming based skill.
Part of my domain, yeah. Right. So I'm on level with you. This is gonna suck.
Oh, I couldn't have been me.
Okay. Roll the athletics.
Let me. I'm gonna throw a reroll at this just in case,
Are you
just to
sure?
see how it goes.
66 is usually good. You gotta trust it sometimes.
Is no.
All right. There you
There
go.
we go.
Very
What is the
nice.
navigate, though?
Okay, so
Damn.
Alhazard, roll me that athletics to see how much more in control of this turn. You're getting. Okay. I'm gonna have you add 1 dot of operate surface.
So
Oh
kind.
fuck yeah.
You are learning that the flowways are navigable if you can read the currents,
Mm-hmm.
which is hard as fuck. But you've been at
Right.
this for several hours, and it's rather odd. Certain
to touch it.
formations of urchins, barnacles, the certain archways of the plants all create different twists and currents. And you're starting to learn what to stay away from and where to kind of position yourself to help get through a curve and or find your way through a drag or trying to stay away from something that'll slam against the walls or send you spinning. Eventually, you figure it out. It's not so bad, but this still sucks. That curve you make through, you skin the very, very top of the plating of your medium harness as you barely make it through that 90-degree turn. Perfect execution.
About as good as it can be, yeah.
Okay.
Make me an awareness. I'll give you a +10. You have time to breathe. You came up just right.
There you go.
Okay. There are a couple wires strewn across from side to side.
Oh no. Ah shit.
They are not in the main paths of the most efficient current. They do not have hooks on them. but they look like strong steel cables.
Okay, so like something grabbable.
Yes, those are lifelines. Because what you see ahead of you is basically a whirlpool. The currents become chaotic. And as you're going through faster and faster, you've reached the equivalent of about one extra knot every 10 meters as you're going faster and faster towards this turbulent area. There's a couple markings, little signs, I suppose, warnings. You also happen to notice there is a lever that you can kind of angle yourself to, and instead of going for the wires, you can hit the lever as you're going by, and it'll activate some sort of mechanism.
All right, let's give it a shot.
You want to go for the lever, or you want to go for the lifelines?
Fuck it, we're going for the lever.
Okay. As you hit the lever, across the lifelines, a big steel net slides across, blocking the path.
Neat.
And you're gonna slam into the net, and it's gonna catch you.
Oh, awesome. Whee!
Yeah, and you just kind of hit it. And off to the side, your guide tells you there is a micro pocket.
Yeah, I'ma swim in there.
No, you actually.
Actually, I'm gonna pull myself along the net.
Yeah,
but
you're like, you are at the equivalent of 120 knots right before you hit the turbulent section.
That is so fast. That is so stupidly fast.
Yep.
That's like jet ski fast.
Yes, that's how fast you're going. Like as fast
Actually,
as
jet skis hit about 80, so that's stupidly fast.
Yep.
You said 120 knots?
Mm-hmm.
That is almost 139 miles an hour.
Yes, you're going so fast, it's ridiculous. The flowways are so deadly. They also get you farther into the shelf than any other method.
Clearly.
You could probably, if you use the flowways correctly, go from the shallows to the basin in record time if you can survive the flowways. All right. As you go up to
that
the micro pocket door, there is a Tide Caller clan symbol.
Oh, wonderful.
But the door's locked. What do you do?
I knock.
All right. And you get a little, who's there?
Alhazred of the Caretakers. Your shaman said I would be welcome here.
Let me double check. Did he give you a trinket?
Did he? I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah, he palmed you a couple trinkets that
Yeah.
you can identifiers.
Yep. And pull that sucker out and show it off.
And the porthole will unmask, and in there you'll see a helmet look through. He looks at it, but he also looks at your caretaker clan symbol marking. Yeah, I was told about you. Yep. Come on in. And you hear a big, heavy bolt. A couple of them slide out instead of just the top and the bottom bolts that go, opposite directions.
Yeah.
There are two more. This is a heavily reinforced door. And it opens, and oh gosh, as you step in and he closes the door behind you, the water is so still. There's water in here.
Right.
And then There's another door on the other side.
Makes sense.
But this is technically an airlock or a water lock in this case, but the room is a lot larger than you'd think. Kind of like a small foyer almost. There's enough for a table. Somebody set up, kind of like a little waiting area, kind of like an office. There's a bunk off to the side or a net hammock, couple chests, a little bit of salvage here and there.
Right.
Some sort of little outpost.
Nice.
Water or no water?
How do you mean?
I can drain this place.
Whatever your preference is. I would prefer no water, but if you have
All right.
some reason
He goes
for it to
over
go
and
around.
slams his hand on a button, and this red light starts to spin, and the doors. You can hear another locking gauge, and the water level just drops rapidly.
Oh, nice.
And he just sits down, but doesn't take off his suit.
Fair enough.
Welcome.
Alhazard will clip himself out, or will unclip himself from the medium harness and step out. Give him a wave. Thank you. You were there yesterday.
I was. So, dangerous. Pick the flowways. Usually, divers pick another path.
Well, we were sort of exploring. We missed the initial mark, so we thought we'd keep going.
Surprised you didn't go to the shelf edge.
I don't think we know the path.
You're caretakers. You guys know the shallows better than anyone.
We're new.
Oh. Well, then you're dumb.
Thank you.
That's not supposed to be a compliment.
I know.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you had the wherewithal to activate that net. Most of the time, people think they can grab the lifelines. Let's just say it requires a finesse and a grip strength that not a lot of people have.
Makes
Bet
sense.
you got the grip strength, but I don't think you got the finesse. There's give on that. It acts like a wire should. You can just pull, and then currents pull it even farther and farther, and eventually it snaps back. And that's when you break your grip. And with your armor, you'd have been mincemeat.
No, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Even submersibles don't take this path. I'm guessing you got separated from your other half? Yeah.
Yes. She,
Yeah.
we went down different tunnels. The undertow caught her. Well, caught us. I also wasn't in full control at the time.
It happens. That's the flowways for you. If you're not a tide caller, then the tunnels will never make sense to you. You'll never figure out which way you're going. You'll never have control of the currents. And you're perpetually lost. And always eventually lead to the maelstrom.
Oh, good. So my associate will eventually end up here, provided she
Precisely.
isn't
It doesn't matter
dashed
which
on
one
the
they
rocks
take.
and
They'll
murdered.
always get thrown down the path to the maelstrom.
Wonderful.
The maelstrom is our garbage disposal unit.
Oh, good, because I was contemplating diving into it.
You know, there's dumb and bold and reckless, and then there's just dead.
Mm-hmm.
The maelstrom can kill basin dwellers and some of the more lightly armored trenchers. in some of the worst spots.
Good to know.
Also kills a lot of sea critters. The urchins that live down there
Mm-hmm.
make some of the best spears and our harpoons if you can get their spines strong enough to
Fair.
puncture crab armor. And it's not just piercing; it's their urchins are actually bladed so that they don't catch as much current. They're it's like swords. It's fucking weird.
Sounds like it.
And they dance and flow, kind of like blades of grass. Sharper than anything I've ever seen. Enough to cut the water as you'd think. It's
But
kind of
does it
crazy.
make
If you
it
see a big
pretty?
one, you just see contour trails of the water that passes by the blade, as if the blade cuts the water briefly.
Hmm.
It's crazy. But yeah, you were about to hit the maelstrom, and well, current's enough to rip medium armor to pieces, and the diver thereafter.
Fair.
Tide collars have a little bit of extra chance, but heavy armor is what you need or better down there.
Mm-hmm.
I will hold on for a moment. Kuroko,
Hey.
I need some tests for you. Navigate surface, please.
Isn't it supposed to be operate surface?
Yes, operate surface.
Okay. Pass.
Hey, there you go.
All right. Go ahead and make me the athletics.
Okay.
All right. You have the same exact experience. Different paths, different ways. And you make this horrific 90-degree turn. You swear you hear screeching against the side of your armor as you graze against the side. And you see a net that covers the majority of the center of the tunnel. Beyond it, chaos.
So because El Hazard hit the lever on his side, it did it this side as well?
It all terminates in the same place.
Yeah. You guys didn't just go one path. You hit at least 6 other left or rights.
Gotcha.
And they all don't go in a straight path. They twist and turn and kind of loop-de-loop on themselves. It's crazy.
All paths lead to the maw.
Yeah. And there's a big old steel net. You can swim around it. There's enough space.
Hey, well, you know what, Matt? I'll do an intelligence test because I'm not the smartest one of the bunch.
You're.
But my plan is to go for the net.
All right.
It's a double.
Your instinct is telling you that beyond the net is certain doom.
Yep. And then I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Go for the net.
Yeah, it's so easy to hit. It fills the majority of it. You kind of hit and bounce against it, and then you're sucked against it like, ugh, oh god! It feels like it's trying to pull you through the gaps in the net.
Well, I'm
Can
gonna
Hazard go get her?
No, he can make himself. He just has to, army crawl using the parts of the net to pull himself forward, kind of like a ladder. And eventually, when you get to the door, which is locked, and that's where the part of this, part of your conversation, gets interrupted.
bang,
Right.
bang. Open up,
There's
it's
your
the
friend.
police.
You say open up, it's the police?
No, I don't.
No, Kuroho doesn't have a sense of humor.
Got him.
It's dark and cold. My life. What path does it take? What
Doesn't
does the
matter.
world have in store for
All
me?
paths lead to the same end.
Well, guy's like, all right, suit up. Gotta equalize.
Sure thing. And he steps back into the suit and like clicks the medium frame on, and then puts his helmet on.
He's gonna go over to the door. Who's there?
Beginning.
Clan?
Caretaker.
You got any token? For tide collars?
Oh,
Must have gave it to
I think-
Alhazard.
I think I have hers.
Well, he probably would have given it to you. There's a little clip belt.
Oh,
It's
fair enough.
literally just a little keychain.
I literally didn't think about it, but yeah. Alhazard's smarter than me. He probably would have passed it off.
Alright. Clear the bridge. And the water
Like,
fills
I'm up
in
against
the
the
room.
wall.
And you can kind of feel, as it fills the water, you can still hear the pumps kick. As even though the water 100% fills the entirety of the room, you can feel the pressure start to build and build and build and build.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's built up enough, the heavy lock on the door unseals, and he turns the airlock handle. Come on in before the current takes you.
I get in immediately.
And slams it shut. Locks it. Well, you guys must be pretty good swimmers.
Yeah, for sure.
You ever think about joining the Tide Callers?
I thought about it, but I'm really quite attached to being a caretaker.
Caretakers don't got much power down here, even less the further you go down.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Most powerful divers collect a clan on every floor. We all started the shallows, but call it the clan legacy.
Our shaman was telling us about that.
Yep. But again, there are other clans, so I don't blame you.
These are easy to twist.
Still good thought, though.
Water or no water? Do you require water?
No.
Alright. He goes over and slams his fist against the button, and it drains the room again.
Suits that require water?
Mm-hmm. Certain
Oh.
trencher suits require pressure at all times of a certain magnitude.
Makes sense.
I see.
Gives them an edge. Although they can't travel. Actually, poor bastards can't really ever leave the basin.
That sounds
enough pressure.
wildly unpleasant.
Yeah, that's the problem. Certain suits have certain specific pressure requirements, but it allows them to, well, perform under pressure. That was a good one. Anyways, that was terrible. I'll see myself out, but not really. So, what's the plan?
Long term or short?
Short term. I don't really care about your long term.
Spend a moment here, recover, maybe get to know some of you and get to know you and some of your clanmates, and get the lay of the land. Maybe find ourselves a guide, since it seems that all routes will lead to the maelstrom without one.
Only in the flowways.
Mm.
You're about halfway through down the shelf. Crazy bastards. So glad I put that lever system in.
Me too.
Yeah. Too many people missed the lifelines. but the net stays out too long, it just gets ripped off. So, and
Do I
he's
go
gonna
out
go over
and
and hit a
reset it?
button, and the net recedes, and the latch just the lever goes cha-ching back to accessible.
Oh, nice.
Dad, are we allowed?
I'm gonna take my compass out again.
Pointing at a hazard. He's right there. We found him.
Hey, you found me.
He's right there.
Good, it's not a spy.
Found it.
Sick. Good is not a spy. What?
JK.
Dad, can I have the shoulder?
So my current desire now then is to find a chapter that will allow me to go deeper. That will also fit my current setup of my armor.
You can get
You got a lot of work to do, kid.
Yeah, we get it.
Oh yeah.
A lot of work. The shelf is not
Right.
the same throughout. It's not equal. There's a lot of environmental and geological landmarks that tell you how not equal they are. Specifically, the flowways is a great indicator.
Mhm.
The increase of speed, the increase of danger, and then the maelstrom. The maelstrom shows that you've made it about halfway down. But beyond that, that's for the big boys. That's for the real divers. And your little baby divers. You're wearing a medium harness as a compensator, and you have light armor. That's your first fucking problem. You need to upgrade and not wear a harness if you're going to be a big boy diver, because there's no harness in the world that'll get you deep as we want to go. And
Mhm.
you got light armor. You have no right to be here.
Just gonna flex.
If you go any lower, your suit will implode. And I kid you not.
Sounds wildly unpleasant.
Oh, it's a wildly slow and then very fast death.
No, that makes sense.
Has anyone done layers for their suit?
Yes, I do it.
I mean,
That's why I'm using a
technically,
harness.
depends. I mean, the harness system is
A layer and
a
stuff. I get
layer,
that.
but
Yeah.
honestly, technically they are a thing. But they should be a supplement, not the
The upgrade path.
not something you rely on. It
Yeah.
should be something that should be extra. Good example would be Carapace. There are certain clans in the basin that make Carapace from the crab armor, the chitin,
Mhm.
and they make a harness out of it to supplement the already ridiculously heavy armor that they already wear. It's
What
meant to
about
be an
scales?
ablative layer, not the main armor.
What about creature scales that exist on this part of the shelf?
Scales. I don't know. I'm not that brainy. I don't fucking know.
Cool.
If you're looking for an eel, you missed that by leagues. Like at least 1,000 leagues you overshot it.
Didn't really have control on that aspect, but I
You picked the
understand.
flowways.
Yeah.
One picks the flowways, man.
Well, we're explorers, and we.
Yeah, if you were an explorer, you'd have gone to the shelf edge, and you would have gone through the biblical, or the right, the diver's right, and you've gone through diver's row, which is the big swim.
That's the way everyone else has done it.
Exactly, and that's the way you're supposed to do
Right.
it. Now that you've cleared out the angler, the row is safe again. People can
No.
dive.
Doing
Join
it the
the
way
shelf.
everyone else does it doesn't make you an explorer. It makes you a follower.
When Diver's Row has become a kill box for centuries, and it has been explored in as long, it's basically unexplored territory at this point. So don't give me that. Also, Diver's Row is a unique experience for each diver, even if you dive in a tandem, which you should, as always.
Can we go back up that way?
If it were only so easy. But yes, you can. There is actually an easy way up.
Ooh.
I could just send you up the torpedo tube. It'll link it deploys you directly
Oh,
into
that
the
sounds exciting.
upflow of the flowways, and it'll send you right back to the shallows. With the amount of suction from the downward flow, there's got to be an upwards one. It's just
Mhm.
otherwise we drain all the water out of the shallows.
Hmm.
Pressure valves.
Basically. Yeah.
You got me thinking on this this path, the diver's path. But like, I don't know. My gut's saying, yeah, you could. But do you really want to?
Well,
So where do you go from here? Is it just more in your clan territory?
I mean, you're in the heart of it. Our whole clan lives in the flowways. We live in the walls between the currents. This is actually my little home.
Oh, thank you for allowing us into your home.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. If you didn't have those tight collar trinkets, that door wouldn't have opened, and I'd have retracted the net. And eventually you'd have get so tired you'd have fallen into the maelstrom.
Hmm.
Harsh reality. It's true.
Basically, yeah. And with your suit, the light suit, especially with the way the directional control that you got, man, you'd have been dead. So dead. Extra dead. It'd have been fun to watch type of dead. Your death, on the other hand, would have been more pitiful. That poor harness would have ripped itself off of you piece by piece, and well, you'd have been a slurry. But hey, you did a
You're
solid.
really fond of that word.
But dead is dead, man. Sometimes it's fun,
No,
sometimes
that's
it's
it.
amusing, sometimes it's oh god.
Oh, not dead. That's universal all over. I'm talking about the word slurry. I've heard it
I
3
mean,
times in the last day.
do you realize that this is the sewer system of the entire labyrinth?
Uh-huh.
You're swimming in shit. Everyone's shit. All the creatures, all the people. If it excretes, you're in it. If it's died and got just tossed, you're in
You're
it.
in it.
This is everything. This is everything no one ever wanted. Got rid of it. burns so good, don't it?
Quite a bit.
Yeah. Puts a little extra emphasis on you're a shit diver. But I mean it. You guys are pretty shit divers. Like, you guys are fucking stupid, insane, ridiculous,
I am definitely
out of this world.
You got
Are
me
we
there.
are we stupid or insane?
Both
Both actually.
insane.
Really?
No, you know what? I can't decide. I don't think I can do both on this one. Can I do both?
You can
I
do both
mean,
with me.
I mean, there's
Your
other
house.
descriptors I want to call you too, but
hmm
You only get 2 though.
oh no, don't. Really? Two, huh? I'm gonna go with both of those. I like those. Stupid and insane. All right. Your shaman didn't tell you better?
Tell them about who?
Tell you guys better. They didn't tell you about the appropriate way to shelf?
Oh, sorry. We were in a bit of a hurry.
Look at me in that tone of voice.
She'll just chuckle to herself.
Oh, you did it stupid. Okay. Well,
Mm.
so I was right on one of them.
On at least one of them.
Mm.
But the context is the other one.
But you didn't get a wild idea through your mind that there may be another way in?
Oh, sure. But this is the one we knew about.
And you didn't look for another? You just went, sounds good to me, let's pick that one! I'm gonna pick door number 1, without even looking at the other doors.
Maybe I should become part of your clan. Just going with the flow. That's just how it went.
I mean, that's what we do. Hey, if you wanted me, I could hook you up with a meeting with the tight collar tribesman, or the shaman, and you can be tight collars today. Or at least you can. Because you seem to be enamored with the idea. You seem to be a little, I'm undecided, which is fine. No problem.
Mhm.
We got some wild clans on the shelf, I'll tell you what.
How so?
We just do.
Okay.
We have clans of like 2 and 3 down here. And they don't get recorded as official clans in the shallows or the basins because there's not enough people. And they're kind of secretive.
Sounds correct.
They don't have, if they don't have a clan trade like all of the shallows clans do, they're not an official clan because they don't have that. They don't have guaranteed legacy. They,
hmm
So the question is, if you're
Mhm.
unofficial, does that mean I can have both or no?
What do you mean?
Oh, the
Oh,
Tide
if you
Colors are
join
official.
a Shelfer clan, that's your clan.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to,
No. If you pledge, that you're pledged.
make sense.
Like, and he kind of rubs a piece of his chest plate off, and some grime falls off. And this guy has an old symbol. Looks like a shark, it's basically shark teeth,
Mhm.
kind of meshed and interlocked with each other.
From
This
a
is my
hunter
old
clan.
clan, the Threshers, from the Shallows, before the other hunter clans took over. It's an old clan, died out a while ago. Still have a legacy.
What was their legacy?
We like to fight.
Fair.
We picked a lot of fights. Could always find weapons wherever we go. And we used to be pretty big. And then our shaman up and went and disappeared. I think he was kind of fed up with it and just decided to dive without telling us. And then we kind of fell apart rather quickly after that. About 10 years. Completely fell apart. And we got absorbed into other clans. Because if a clan dissolves, you either strike the mark from your armor and find another clan, or you take the legacy with you and dive. You can keep the legacy of the clan and what it taught you and what you got from it, and then join a Shelfer clan. Or you give up that legacy and go join another fucking clan. Which most did. I was ready to dive, though. Fuck the shallows. It's too still.
Is that right?
For me, it is.
Oh, fair.
Well, think of it this way. We got tight collars. That's us. We control the flowways. We're pretty good. Pretty awesome. We are
If
the
you say
highway
so
up and
yourself.
down of the shelf. We know where all the currents lie. We're also pretty fast. Not gonna lie. I got treasure hunters. If you like loot,
Hmm.
pretty loot savvy. Not gonna lie. They're kind of like a better scavenger, salvager crew.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. You like treasure?
I mean, sort of. I
Yeah.
like treasure so much in that I like the things treasure can provide me.
Hmm.
I
Well, then you
also
may
have
like the trophy hunters.
something of a hoarding instinct as well.
Mm. I got you. Well, maybe you'll like the trophy hunters instead.
Hmm.
They hunt a different
Other
type of treasure.
suits, if I
They're
remember
not
correctly. Something
particularly
about
likable
taking
people.
pieces off of people.
Yeah, they're not particularly likable people because they always know if you have treasure or trophies on you. Uh, unless they're stowed on you in a lockbox, they always know. And most of them will annoy and pester the shit out of you to trade them. And they'll have great shit on them for exchange. Some of the nastier ones will actually, well, mug you for them.
Makes sense.
They don't like to kill you because you could get more trophies. And then they mug you again. Yeah.
So they just do that to other trophy hunters, or like just random divers? That's the question. It's
Well,
like, how
Give
do you
me
get a
2 minutes.
how do
Oh,
you
okay.
get a how do you get a trophy if you're not a trophy hunter?
right. You do what we did. Take it off of somebody.
Yeah,
Also, he'll be right back.
I know. I heard.
Okay.
I'm actually thinking about calling it early tonight for myself.
Fair.
This would be a good safe point too. Gives me some time to think about if I want to go down a different route or continue with the caretaker.
I think I want to stay with the caretaker for a while.
Yeah, I'm
I
thinking about it
might
too.
pick
It's
something
just,
up in either the basin or the trench.
I like
But
the
like,
idea.
no, go ahead.
I just like the idea of working my way down, but
Sure.
at the same time, what you're gonna say, Alex?
Oh, I don't remember.
You gonna get?
I'm very tired today.
Yeah, I feel that. It's been a rough week.
Mm. I didn't get to sleep in today. My
Oh, yeah.
whole week is gonna suck. It's gonna drag.
If you get in with a shaman, though, he could teach you one of his other trades, like our shaman did. So
Sure. No, that's something. Essentially, that's why I'm hunting the trapper and the prospector, and why I hunted the angler,
good graces.
is because getting all three of them will essentially mean that I can just be like, hey, teach me this stuff.
It also gives us influence.
I get influence when I eat them.
Yeah.
I got this piece of the
Beat 'em.
angler, and I'm going to eat him. I'm going to eat this angler piece. I meant to do it back there before I fucked with the fireflies, but we got sidetracked somehow.
Yeah. Biggest groups, the Mariners, they own the most of the territory.
The
Mariners,
Meta.
ahoy.
They're militaristic. Most of them take hold up into old ships.
I'm an idiot.
There's a lot of old ships kind of attached to this place that are strongholds. Strongholds. You won't see one in the shallows because when ships sink, they sink pretty deep. But on the shelf, there's a lot of places to get caught on the way down. Strongholds are diverse and penetrable in the shelf. If you own one, you're unassailable. Unless some basin or trencher asshole comes up with a hydraulic can opener or whatever they use and literally rip your wall open and go, surprise, it's Johnny!
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah. In the basin, they're a good place to hide for a time until one of the critters pries it open. And if one ever falls into the trench, well, they doesn't really stop. Just goes all the way to the bottom.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna call her early tonight.
Cool.
I think this is a good spot to stop for myself anyway.
Yeah.
We're at a safe zone.
All right.
Got a good 4 hours in, so that's nice. Not like our 8 hours last week, but I don't know. It's been a rough week. It's not rougher than last week, of course, but work-wise, it's annoying. We're processing for a new company, so. Okie dokie. Thanks again for having me. Gives me time to think if I want to change clans, but my gut's telling me to
Oh, okay.
stick with the good stuff.
You stop that. You stop that yawning nonsense.
I'm sorry.
Anyway. I realized I was muted. I was talking back this whole time.
Yep, I'm sorry. That happens.
No.
Sometimes, like, I'll say something or someone else will say something, and it's like, yeah, no, you're continuing on the conversation. You acknowledged me, so I can't be muted.
Right.
Okay. Peace be with you guys. Take care.
Yo, and Dale unto you. Eve, can I flash back to eating that guy?